If you know me, you know how I feel about X-Men 3. And if you don't, it's about the same way most people feel about the film we are here to talk about today. X-Men Origins Wolverine. Yeah, that's about the right reaction. I guess it's safe to say I don't mention this movie amongst my friends very much. But somehow this was the movie that turned fans off the X-Men movies for a while. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is a bad film, but I'm surprised that X-Men 3 wasn't the killer that spawned a soft reboot of the series. My only guess as to why this was the case was because this movie was supposed to mainly feature Wolverine, who is one of the most popular X-Men characters. If you didn't already know, Origins Wolverine is based loosely off the comic of the same name, in addition to Weapon X. Fair warning to anyone who reads Weapon X, it's pretty gruesome and sick. Not at all meant for the faint of heart or weak stomached. Origins was fairly new, but did spark an interest amongst the fan base. But Weapon X is definitely one of the more iconic Wolverine stories. So yeah, I guess I can see why many fans were still willing to give this series a chance. Especially with the way things were teased in X-Men 2 with Logan's backstory. Unfortunately, yeah, the film fell flat on its face. Now, there are some good points, as there are with any film, good or bad. For starters, with the exception of a handful of cast members, everyone is really trying. Ryan Reynolds as Wade Wilson is funny, but also a bit intimidating and unhinged. Fred Dukes is funny because of his deadpan delivery. Liev Schreiber as Sabretooth brings personality to a villain that only growled in the first movie. Hugh Jackman still owns the role of Logan, and Danny Huston is pretty good as William Stryker. They are all trying their best, and they all have distinct characters that I'd love to know more about, but sadly, the actors have little to nothing to work with, and the movie kinda glosses over them like they don't matter all that much. We also have this great opening credits montage of Wolverine and Sabretooth fighting in past wars. I love how each war is filmed as a period piece. You know, World War II looks like Saving Private Ryan, the Vietnam War looks like Platoon, and etc. But again, this is rushed through. And before that, the film opens up with the death of Logan's father, seemingly using the original comic as a storyboard. Now, this would be interesting and a nice head nod, but again, they rush through it. We don't get to know these characters before we are already in the midst of a death scene. Now, I don't normally compare comic to movie, but it took the death of the father 3 chapters to get to in the book, thus allowing more time for development and for things to build. Sadly, a lot of this movie does that. It simply rushes through Logan's earlier life without taking a minute to slow down and reflect. And when we do slow down, we get...
Why is the moon so lonely? Because she used to have a lover. His name was Kwekawatsu, and they lived in the spirit world together.
Oh my god, who the hell cares?
It's really disappointing, because every act of this movie could have been a movie in and of itself, and depending on execution, could have been really, really good movies, enough to rival even Logan. Let me guess, Deadpool? Well, look guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. As both a lover of film and comics, Deadpool is a lot like Venom. No, damn it, go away! As I was saying, Deadpool is similar to Venom from Spider-Man 3. Despite his misrepresentation pissing off fans royally, it is actually the least of the film's problems. The bigger problems is that there is little to no character development, the CGI is laughably bad, the story is a muddled mess that is sped through as if the script was written to be a Wikipedia synopsis, and don't get me started on the many plot holes and continuity issues. Everything in this movie is just get from point A to point B, check off all the boxes, and don't worry about the rest.
Lean on the bombs, tell them not to worry about good, just make it fast.
And if that doesn't sound like a corporate approach to movie making, I don't know what does. And trust me, we will definitely address that topic more at length. But for now, if you're looking for some mindless entertainment, this movie has that to a degree. Other than that, I wouldn't be surprised if this movie was erased from everyone's memory.
Wow. Cuckoo got screwed.